order to help my roommate grow in the Lord, I started a Bible study. I think it was on Tuesday night, wasn't it, Steve? In my room. And that's when I met Steve. Steve started coming to the Bible study. And Bill and Steve and I, until Rod moved down from Kansas City, and several other people started coming to our Bible study. And this, you remember the picture of the barracks here. Right, you see where these cars are parked here. Across this street, there's parking here, parking facing this way, but it was a baseball field that we played baseball or softball at during the summer and our off hours. Okay, so one night, the Lord told me, He said, instead of having a Bible study, and I had prepared, don't get me wrong, I had scripture ready to teach, but the Lord said, I want you to take these 20 guys out into the baseball field. Now, by the way, that Bible study grew to about 20 in the room, and we finally had to move it to the service center on base, and it grew to over 50. So, but that night we had about 20 there. So we went out into the night in the baseball field, and I said, why are we here, God? God said to me, I want you to tell everyone to look at that place in the sky, right there. So I said, okay, everybody, God tells me to tell you to look at that place in the sky. So watch that place in the sky. And when, no sooner than I said that, there was a shooting star. Now, by the way, I checked with the weather people later on out at the airport. I said, is there a meteor shower that was scheduled on this particular night? They said, no, there won't be another meteor shower for another 3 months. And so everybody goes, wow, that's cool that God told us right when He's going to have a shooting star. It caused spontaneous praising of the Lord. And I can't remember whether we were singing songs a cappella or whether we were just praising God and thanking the Lord. And so then, after 5 or 10 minutes, the Lord told me, tell them to look at this place over here in the sky. I said, the Lord is telling me to have us look at this point in the sky. And so we all looked and we stared and we waited. And we waited. And we finally, after about 15 minutes of crooking our neck, having pain in our neck, staring, we saw another shooting star. Now the Lord was teaching me something. Number one is that if He says He's going to do something, it won't necessarily be right away. But if I have a word from God, I can count on it. I don't need to doubt it. If God said to look there and nothing has happened, I want to keep looking there.
Yep.
All right? So then the Lord said, after another 10 or 15 minutes, the Lord said, tell everybody to look right there in the sky. Right there. Because I'm going to do something very special. Now, we stood there for 30 minutes waiting on another shooting star. One person said, did we miss it? No, I've been looking there all this time. There hasn't been a shooting star there. Well, how long is God going to make us wait? I don't know. But God told us we're going to obey, I said. Then one of the guys said, well, I see something happening in that spot in the sky, and it's been happening ever since you told us to look there. I said, well, what is it that you see? He said, well, you see that bright planet? That's Mars. He says, and Mars doesn't pulsate like that. And as soon as he said that, everyone saw it, and then it stopped, and its light was steady.